It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, you have found me on a most lovely occasion. It is a Friday, and not only is it a Masterpiece Friday like we normally do, but this is our last regular episode of 2024. Today is Friday, December 20th, and we're going to be taking a break like most people do for the last part of December and as we move into 2025. So I'm happy that you're here. It's been a great year here on the Daily Doug. We have heard many albums and artists and songs, and we're continuing on in this quest for me really to learn all of this music, this great music from rock and roll and prog and jazz and just a lot of different styles of popular music that I have been neglecting over these years where I served as a music professor and as a composer and was really into choral music and classical music. I love all of this music that I've been learning about, and I'm happy that you've been willing and eager to share some of your favorite titles with me over these years. And so today we're going to just have some fun a little bit. This is something that I've heard before, but I did not know the backstory, and I think it's very, very interesting, and it's the time of year that we should hear something like this. We are going to continue on our theme from this past Wednesday when we heard George Harrison's plea for love and peace on earth. And in doing so, we are going to turn to a most unusual duet pairing, David Bowie and Bing Crosby. And they are going to be singing The Little Drummer Boy and Peace on Earth. So this pairing came about because of a television special called Bing Crosby's Merry Old Christmas, and it aired during the Christmas season in 1977. Bing welcomed several guest stars for this television special, including Twiggy, Ron Moody, Stanley Baxter, the Trinity Boys Choir, and David Bowie. And this would end up, sadly, being Bing Crosby's final Christmas special. He ended up passing away while they were completing the principal photography, and he died of a heart attack. Sad, right? So this is one of the last things that Bing does before he dies. Thankfully, though, the segment with David Bowie was filmed early on in the process of principal photography. They filmed it on September 11th of 1977 at a studio near London. And like I said, the story behind this co-appearance of David Bowie and Bing Crosby is quite interesting. Here's a little bit of the background, y'all. David was promoting his new album at the time, which was Heroes. And of course, we've heard that title track, and it's wonderful, right? And David was making the rounds to promote his new album. The producers of Bing's Christmas special reached out to David and invited him to appear with Bing and to record a duet. And when David arrived to record the segment, he was reportedly wearing full makeup and a wig. And Bing's son Nathaniel said that this appearance almost didn't happen. And that the producers had David take off his wig and his lipstick and his earring before filming. And here's another thing, y'all. When David was presented with the song that they wanted him to do, The Little Drummer Boy, he balked at it. And he said that he wasn't really fond of that song, and he asked if he could sing something else. Well, this threw a wrench into things. And the musical directors, instead of trying to completely reinvent the wheel that they had constructed for David and Bing to do, they retreated to a piano in the basement of the studio and wrote a counter melody and some lyrics very hastily, but that's what they did. And they were trying to come up with something that would go along with The Little Drummer Boy and better highlight David's higher vocal range. Bing's was, a baritone, a nice low range. David's was a higher range. And so within an hour, all of this happened within an hour. y'all. Peace on Earth, the Peace on Earth portion of this duet had been not only written, but it had been presented to David and Bing, and they rehearsed it. And they go on to record the segment, and history is made. It's really fascinating, right? So the segment itself starts with a dialogue skit where Bing plays an American visitor to a British home that apparently is just down the block from where David Bowie lives. And David pops by to make use of the owner's piano, as if he didn't have one at his own house, but, you know, television. And they eventually make their way over to the piano and they perform this duet. I have seen this clip over the years, y'all, several times, and I didn't have any idea as to any of this backstory or even where the footage is from and what year it was from and any of that. And I thought it was really interesting, and I love finding out information about the circumstances behind an important song or an important performance, right? It's always fascinating. And it was quite fun to read in and find out more about this famous and surreal pairing of musicians, right? And I'm eager to dive into this music, but before I do, I'd like to once again welcome NordVPN as a sponsor of today's video. NordVPN is currently extending an exclusive offer to my viewers, and I'm excited about this, y'all. Every purchase of a 2-year plan from NordVPN, which is already their best value, will get you an extra bonus of 4 months on your subscription. This applies to all of their plans, Standard, Plus, and Complete. And this is only available, friends, if you click on the special link in the top of this video's description. And I am really excited to be back working with NordVPN. I am a happy customer, and their products provide me with a great peace of mind. They have the fastest VPN on the planet and by far the most servers for us to connect to. They protect me while I am online, but they don't track or share what I do while I am online, and that's really a great comfort to me because I spend so much time online. They allow me to connect virtually around the world, and that is my favorite feature. Check this out, y'all. If I am traveling anywhere around the world, if I'm over in London, let's say, I can connect my VPN to London and access whatever I need to there. But if I need to get back home, I can connect virtually from anywhere back to anywhere in the country, including my home area here, which is right near New York. NordVPN is a great company, and they have great products. And again, I am excited to be working with them. Any purchase of their 2-year plans gets you a bonus of 4 months. This is an exclusive offer, and you only get it if you click on my special link. It's nordvpn.com/Doug Helvering, and they always offer a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not completely satisfied. Okay, y'all, with that being said, let's get into the music, shall we? I have found this clip that includes the dialogue, the whole scene, and it's something that I don't think that I've seen previously. I've heard them doing the singing, but I don't think that I've seen the fuller context of it, so this is going to be fun. And as I give this a critical listen, I'm especially going to be listening for the melodies of these two tunes and how they work together and play off of each other, and see if we can figure out what the musical directors for this special were able to come up with and why it's so special, right? So here is Bing Crosby and David Bowie singing The Little Drummer Boy and Peace on Earth. Off we go. There's Bing. White Christmas is one that I never forget to watch during this time of year.
It's been a long time since I've been to New anything.
What's happened to Hudson?
I guess he's changing.
Yeah, he does that a lot, doesn't he? I'm David Bowie. I live down the road.
Oh,
David. So Percival lets me use his piano when he's not around. He's not around, is he?
I can honestly say I haven't seen him, but come on in. Come in. But come on in.
Are you related to Sir Percival?
Well, distantly, yeah.
Oh, you're not the poor relation from America, right?
Ha! Gee, news sure travels fast, doesn't it? I'm Bing.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you. you're the one that sings.
I'm
right?
Danny Kaye.
Right
You're the one
on,
that
I'll sing
sings,
either
right?
way.
Oh, well, I sing too.
Oh, good. What kind of singing?
Well, mostly the contemporary stuff. Do you like modern music?
Oh, I think it's marvelous. Some of it really fine.
Some of it's fine.
Tell me, you ever listen to any of the older fellas?
Oh, yeah, sure. I like John Lennon and the other one with Harry Nilsson.
The older
You
fellas.
go back that far, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm not as young as I look.
None of us is these days.
In fact, I've got a 6-year-old son, and he really gets excited around the Christmas holiday thing.
Do you go in for any of the traditional things in the Bowie household Christmas time?
Oh, yeah, most of them, really. Presents, tree, decorations, agents sliding down the chimney.
What?
Agents
I was
sliding.
just seeing if you're paying attention. Actually, our family do most of the things that other families do. We sing the same songs.
Do you?
I even have a go at White Christmas.
You too, huh?
Yes, a good
And this
White
one.
Christmas.
This is my son's favorite. Do you know this one?
Oh, I do indeed. It's a lovely thing.
It just happened to be the one on top.
They told me, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum.
I think they're in B flat.
Our finest gifts we bring, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Peace on
So it
earth,
splits off, right?
can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see. See the day of glory. See the day when live in peace again. So peace on earth when we come. Every child must be made aware.
So this is all brand
Every
new.
child must be made to care enough for his fellow man, to give all the love that he can.
Comes back to our 5.
I pray my wish will come true for my child and your child too. He'll see the day of glory. I play my day for him when men of good will live in peace again. Peace on earth. Can it be? Can it be? It's a pretty thing, isn't it?
It is a pretty thing. It's amazing, right? To think that, I always wondered where peace on earth, where that came from, because I haven't heard it anywhere else. Well, now we know the story. It came about because but David wasn't sure what he could bring to a regular rendition of The Little Drummer Boy. Of course, they start off in regular harmony, and then it goes into the duet. So I want to come over here to the keyboard and see if I can figure out what was going on, y'all. They're in B flat. So Bing is playing do, do, re, mi, fa, mi, right? Just a simple melody. Do, do, re, mi. Right? Right? And then we go to here. then Bowie sings Re mi sol, fa mi sol, yadam bum, ba yadam bum, ba da 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 e. Something like that. So while Bing is singing down here is a baritone, David's up in the tenor range going yadam bum. Not only do they work together because they're in different ranges for our singers, but they really play off of each other rhythmically. And one of the things that happens is the little drummer boy gets lengthened, right? Dave or Bing says yum pa da yum bum pa da yada dum bum, and he has to hold it, right? And then he has to come in when the next part gets to what David is singing. But there's those two themes. The simple little drummer boy, I think it's from the early 40s, and it's an old song by the time that we get to it here with David and Bing, and we get over the top of it this new lovely counter melody. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Lovely, lovely. Well, that's how you do it. I have great respect for those musical directors that they were able to, make lemons out of lemonade a little bit there and save the performance and the segment. And I think it ends up being the best of both worlds. We get to hear Bing singing like Bing, doing his Bingisms, and we get to hear David really showing off his natural tenor voice, and they both sound great. It's just a wonderful thing, isn't it? Sadly, y'all, Bing died about a month later after this was filmed. It was filmed on September 11th, and he died on October 14th. And this would become Bing's last vocal performance to hit the charts and be successful. How about that? And it's a real coming together of generations. David being in the middle of his career and having Heroes coming out right about this time, and being at the end of his long and illustrious career. Remember, he comes of age singing as a crooner on the radio, I think in the 30s. And I remember like one of his early songs, Brother Can You Spare a Dime, is from the the downfall of our economy in the 30s. And all this time later, all the movies, all of the singing, all of the specials, all of the special music and appearances that he did over these years, and this is one of the last things that he does. The song itself was never meant to be released as a single. It was just going to be for this television special. And as a result, the original tapes, the 16-track master tape, was erased. And some years later, RCA Records went back to the audio that was picked up by one of the boom microphones in the studio as they sang, and they put together this recording from that audio. Fascinating. And it went on to become one of David's fastest-selling singles, and it has become a perennial favorite, right? Especially in Britain and in America, where these two guys are from. And there you have it, friends, a holiday favorite, and it's one of these that brings together people from different generations, but they have different musical sensibilities. They have different personas and styles and all of that. But somehow through the magic of Christmas, everything can come together and work in a unique fashion. And it's one of these things that makes this time of year special. We get to come back to these special performances and these special pieces, and it's different for every person. The songs that you come back to, the performances that you come back to, during this time of year. Earlier this week, I did a behind the score for my Patreon audience of 3 original tunes by Vince Guaraldi for A Charlie Brown Christmas. And it was like coming home again to analyze those pieces and to do that with my Patreon audience. And it's just a wonderful time of year. But with this, friends, we're going to shut things down for 2024. I think we're going out on a high note, and it's been, like I said, a wonderful year. It's been a trying year for us health-wise. We've gone through some changes, but we're coming out of it strong. And that's mostly thanks to all of you for your support and your continued participation and watching and hanging out with us and enjoying all of this music together. Thanks for going on the ride with me. The ride continues, my friends, in 2025. I will see you soon. And until then, have a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, and our best wishes to you and yours. Thanks very much, y'all. We'll see you next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.